So Mike was diagnosed in 2002 and died in 2011. So it was a 9.5-year journey. And I just want to say up front, if any of you have heard the word Alzheimer's for friends or family or know people with Alzheimer's, it is absolutely a devastating diagnosis to hear, filled with a lot of fear. And I have an RN background, but as you heard, I was a parent educator. I knew nothing about Alzheimer's. And when I heard the diagnosis of Alzheimer's for Mike, I was absolutely devastated, might be a good adjective, extremely fearful, because in my mind, it meant he would run away, he would steal the car keys. One I was most fearful about, of course, he might harm me. And I was also afraid that he wouldn't know me, and that was probably the scariest thing, that he wouldn't know me at the end of life. So that's how I went into it with his diagnosis. Mike just became grouchy. He was really pretty grumpy. And he had a nice personality and was usually a pretty pleasant person, but he was pretty grumpy. We did get power of attorney taken care of. We did some of those things we were told to do, but we were into it about 4 months. And one day I was out in the yard and I said something to him, and again he snapped at me over nothing. And I went over to him and I said, "Hey, you know, what's going on?" And he said, "I don't want to leave you in our home." So there it was. That was Mike's fear, was that he didn't want to leave me and he didn't want to leave our home. So he wanted to spend the end of his life at home. So pretty quickly I said, "I think we can do this at home together." So we made a deal, and actually I modified it a little bit, which the modification was we could do it at home as long as it was safe for him and safe for me. So that was the deal. And I never knew if we could keep that deal, honest and truly. And I would say, certainly towards the end, we needed a backup plan. And I have to say, for all of you who are residents at the Manor, how lucky you are, because you have a built-up, beautiful backup plan here. We did not have as good an option where we live. But having the backup plan is important in case it doesn't work out perhaps the way you wanted, in our case, to do it at home. So anyway, that's how we entered it, and we did manage at home. I want to say up front, none of our fears came true, none of them. So that includes Mike knew me at the end of life, and we were still very much in love. And that's what I did not think was possible. So I want to say that one up front.